Pro Sling TV on top of that, which is a new app in the Xbox on the Xbox One, and you've got 20 channels that come standard with that. 20 channels that come standard with that in the $20 package.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at it whenever I first seen it pop up.
Yeah.
And I was looking at all the channels, and
okay.
I noticed that some of the channels they had Bravo. I think they had Bravo. They have Cartoon Network.
I think they got AMC. Like the major complaint when it first came out was that they didn't have AMC. I thought I read somewhere that they have it. Let me double check that. Continue. I'll look it up.
I think they have like Cartoon Network, Bravo, possibly Nickelodeon, cartoon shows. They have Discovery Family and stuff like that on there.
Right.
They have ESPN. They have Fox, regular channels like the over-the-air would have.
Yeah, ESPN, CNN, TNT, TBS,
TNT,
Disney Channel.
Yep.
AMC held out.
Okay.
Because they're dish-owned, apparently.
Yeah.
But they are included with it now. So AMC is a part of it.
All right. Dish rocks.
The Epix channels, IFC, Sundance TV. And now the new one that was just announced this week, which I think you should get. But that's just my opinion. Because
what does Sling TV have?
HBO Now.
What?
So, okay.
What?
You don't have to be like that, dude.
Whatever.
You're just, all right. I don't even want to tell you about it anymore.
Whatever.
Apparently,
I don't
you already knew
that
this was a thing. So.
Well, I mean, it's only because you've been blowing my phone up for the past 2 weeks about it. Maybe not 2 weeks, but...
Look, do you know what starts on Sunday?
Game of Thrones.
Yes.
And it's awesome.
And
I'm going to watch it online for free.
I wonder if you get HBO through Sling TV, it's $15 on top of the $20.
Yeah.
I wonder if you get HBO through there, if you get HBO on demand as well.
That would make it worth it.
Go.
That would make it worth it, but if it's just for HBO, I can't justify paying that much money for one channel.
I agree. I mean, I thought that it was going to be, when it was, because originally it was announced last year that HBO was going to have some sort of subscription service. It just never really gave much information about it. So apparently this is it, because I on my iPhone I went to the App Store and I saw that they have HBO Now, which is you can download the app on your phone.
Yeah.
And then it's $15 a month subscription type service for HBO.
All right. Yeah. In chat, Conway Vaz just said it's supposed to be both HBO Live and on demand.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. That's worth the $15 then, I think.
Yeah.
I would pay it if I didn't.
You didn't have
Verizon into giving it to me for free.
Yeah. I wish I had your salesman abilities.
No. They sent me a letter in the mail, and they said, hey, you've been such a great customer. We're giving you HBO until the end of your contract. Like, legit. This is our letter saying that. So,
Pixar didn't happen.
With most letters, what do? I throw it in the garbage, right?
And they're
then
like, a couple
months later, they're like, hey, let's just turn off his HBO. And so I'm like, I went a couple days thinking maybe there was like some sort of outage or something.
Yeah.
No, they really turned off my HBO. So I called them up and I was like, hey, you said I was a great customer. I'm at the end of my 2-year contract for the most part. What's the deal? And they're like, we'll give it to you for a year. I'm like, well, my contract doesn't last for a year, so I can't tell you what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah.
And they're like, we'll give it to you for a year anyways. So it wasn't really negotiating on my part. It was just kind of saying, hey, you sent me a letter, but you turned off my HBO.
Yes.
And they're like, our bad. We'll give it to you for a year. So that worked out well.
Yeah.
But that's cool that it's on demand and it's live too.
Yeah, that almost makes me want to buy it.
Here's another thing that I wonder, because Game of Thrones, which is tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Starting tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
The way they do it is you can watch it live on the channel, which, I'll be watching live on HBO. But at 10 o'clock, they also release it on demand.
Really? So is it right after the show premieres?
No. So at 10 o'clock tomorrow night, they'll release it on demand at the same time that it starts broadcasting on the actual HBO channel.
Okay.
So I was going somewhere with that, but then I realized that even if you started it the second that they released it on demand, you would still finish it at the same time as the person watching it on the broadcast channel. So
yeah,
I thought that there would be some sort of time difference there, but
I finished it first.
I talked it out.
You thought it out, talked it out.
Yeah. I do that a lot. The rubber ducky method, they call it.
Rubber ducky?
You ever heard about that?
Well, I've seen a rubber ducky, but I've never heard of it.
No. So the rubber ducky method is more of like it's more seen in like the programming world.
Okay.
Where you have a problem that you can't solve, and
that's your forte.
The thought is you have a rubber ducky.
Yeah.
And
does it squeak?
Explain to the rubber ducky exactly what you're trying to accomplish. And in explaining it to the rubber ducky, you'll have the epiphany of, oh, this is what I did wrong. Let me go fix it now.
Okay.
So you're my rubber ducky.
Oh, great. So I'm a bath toy.
I just talked out the problem I had in my head, and you solved it for me.
I did, didn't I?
You have no clue what I'm talking about.
I have not a clue in the world.
Well, hopefully someone out there is understanding what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy.
Whatever, dude.
Yeah, my head kind of slowed down.
But the cool thing, though, is, and this was just confirmed actually before the show started.
Oh, yeah?
Going back to the Sling TV and HBO thing. Yeah. Someone had signed up for the Sling TV 1 week trial.
Yes.
And it actually includes HBO. So even though it's an add-on service for $15 on top of the $20 that you typically would be trialing for the week, they include it in that trial.
Oh, okay,
so
that's pretty cool.
If you were to do the 1 week free trial right now, you could catch the premiere of Game of Thrones on Sunday for free. Okay. Now, whether that converts over to the $35 a month or whatever it would be for HBO and the standard channels, or if it would just convert over to the $20 standard, that's yet to be seen. So
yeah. Well, if you select it as a part of the trial, they probably are going to charge you for it once it hits.
That was another thing that wasn't clear. The person who was reporting this didn't really say whether he selected it specifically or not. He just kind of said, "Hey, it's included in the free trial I got." So
yeah,
I don't have any other sources other than this one person.
Yeah,
so
I don't blame you.
But
so have you seen this thing in the news about DX12? Phil Spencer was got a tweet from some person on Twitter.
DirectX 12?
Yes, DX12.
I know there's been a lot of stuff going on in the news about it, but to be honest with you, like, I haven't really kept up with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I see that it's coming. It's looming.
Yeah.
It's there. It's coming out, whatever, this summer or whatever they've got it dated for. But the day that I see it and I decide whether I care about it or not is the day that it shows up in the preview update program.
Yeah, someone asked Phil Spencer.
Or the update preview program. Sorry.
Somebody asked Phil Spencer on Twitter if he was going to be taking advantage of the DirectX 12 API that's being released in the coming updates. And he replied with they're planning on using it as an upgrade for the dashboard at first, and they're going to try and speed up the UI for the Xbox One dashboard a lot. And in my opinion, it could use it because...
Are you kidding me?
I mean...
That's an understatement.
It could use it.
In my opinion.
I mean, you compare it to some other things.
Dude, it needs it.
It does.
It needs
it. I really hate snapping, what is it? No, you double tap, and for me, I can't use my Kinect because it's non-existent.
I don't use my Kinect for snapping, so I'm in the same boat as you.
Well, I double tap to record videos. And I'll be playing Hardline, or I'll be playing Battlefield 4, something fast-paced. I'll double tap, hit X, and then my game will freeze for 10 seconds or so as it's trying to load it. And I'm like, no! Ooh, sorry. No! I'm doing so well. I'm recording this for that reason. And then in the end of the recording, you see me just sitting there.
You can go through upload.
And then I get killed.
You can go through upload or your timeline in your friend feed. And you can see just by, you get the 30-second, they actually end up being, I think, like 28 or 29 seconds.
Yeah.
But you can go and you can watch it, and if the last 5 seconds or the last 10 seconds is just them standing there like this.
Well, you can trim it.
You could trim it, yeah, but I'm talking about the 30-second... These are the 30-second, like, auto, boom, you have no choice type thing.
Yeah.
But
those are normally for, like, achievements or major things in game.
Yeah, they double tap the guide button.
Yeah.
And they go to push X, but it takes so long for the guide to come up. They're just standing there. The guy's standing there. GTA, he did something cool, and then it's like, boop. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then finally it ends. It's you can pick them out.
Yeah.
Luckily, I don't have to worry about that. I just say Xbox, record that, and move on.
Oh, hey, look at that! It's actually recording something right now.
No, I knew we'd be talking a lot about it, so I turned it off.
But they're also talking about DirectX 12, saying that it's going to bring out more for the GPU and the CPU and the memory for the Xbox. So I'm assuming that means our games that are coming out will probably be able to take advantage of that and, one, run a lot smoother and probably look a lot better. Maybe not a lot better, but better nonetheless.
More things
shading, shadows, everything will probably look more defined.
That would be cool.
It would be. Imagine Forza Horizon 3.
You know what would be really cool?
On the Xbox 10.
What would be really cool is
10, 38, 63.
What are you doing, dude?
Counting.
About what?
I have no idea. Okay, continue.
Okay. So what as far as the Xbox UI now, as it stands today, what is your most major gripe? Like, what part of it is the slowest for you, where you don't even bother trying to get to that part of the UI because you're just going to have to set down your controller, go get something to eat, maybe go take a dump on the toilet, and then come back to it, and then wait another 5 minutes for it to pop up?
For me, it's whenever I go to snap my game DVR, and not only that, but I'll snap the game DVR because something just happened, 5 minutes, not 5 minutes, but just happened, and I want to record the minutes leading up to it.
Yeah.
You can go up to 5 minutes. Well, sometimes my Xbox will freeze, and I'll just be sitting there for 2.5, 3 minutes. And it's like, okay, I guess I have to record these 5 minutes because I don't know how much time has passed.
Yeah, that happens.
Not only that, but then it takes time to process the video, and that takes even longer. And occasionally, my Xbox is like a major derp. It will just freeze up and then power off.
Dude, I'm telling you.
And I don't even know if it records it at that point.
Well, I didn't have the power off problem, but I had that problem earlier today because, and you'll see it in my review video later. I recorded I think 5 minutes or so worth of PvP that I was doing in the game that we're reviewing, and so I snap the game DVR because I'm like, I'm actually doing pretty good for PvP. This isn't my thing. I'm only level 12 or something like that. But I'm actually doing decent. So I go to record it. It takes forever for it to pop up. And I'm like, well, I hope that what I'm trying to record is still within the time limit constraints that I have. And then so I do it. And then it's like, it starts processing. And I'm like, can I unsnap it now? I don't know. Can I unsnap it and it'll process in the background? And I'm like thinking, well, I can't play music in the background, so why would it process in the background? Like that's just unheard of.
That's not possible.
It's impossible, like Ralph would say.
Okay.
The Simpsons, dude.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
So, anyways, that's I would say that mine would be actually, they kind of changed it recently, but the Achievements app.
Oh yeah.
That was...
I never opened that just for that reason, but...
I could never get it open. And then I think recently they fixed it, and now I can actually get it open. My next gripe would be the True Achievements app. Because they have in the Achievements app, you can go to your achievement that you're trying to get or whatever.
Yeah.
And you can load up the True Achievements app in a snapped mode, and it should technically pull up all the information for the achievement. Well, 9 times out of 10, it just goes to the main True Achievement screen where it tells me my recent games, which were games that I played maybe beginning of the year and not my recent games anymore. It's like, when is this thing going to update?
Yeah.
So
I think
that's a different discussion altogether. That app. We should do that. In the not
what
today,
really grinds your gears.
Not what grinds your gears, but what apps could use an update? Like, what apps really desperately need an update? The potential's there. Yeah. They're great apps that you really want to use. Overwatch is another example. That's an app that is a great app. I really want to use. I want to find other gamers that like the same stuff as me.
Yes.
But nothing is intuitive whatsoever in that app.
One of the things that bothers me is I'll go to snap something sometimes in the middle of a game or record a video, and I've had my Xbox now for a year and a half, and I still don't know how this happens. I double tap it, and...
a year.
Whatever.
I would say.
I don't know.
I think a year and a half in your launch.
Oh, okay. So yeah, probably a year.
Because it was November.
Okay. Anyways, back to my story.
All right.
I'll double tap it and I'll hit X, and instead of recording a video, it opens up one guide, and I honestly don't know how that happens, but it happens, and then I have to sit there wait for that to load. Okay, it's loaded. Okay, close. Okay, hit this, and then I'll hit the home button thinking it will take me back to my game, but it's not like how it was on the 360. It ends up taking me to the home screen. And then I'm all screwed up.
Well, I wonder how much of that, too, has to do with the fact that we're in the preview update program.
It could have something to do with that.
And that's the rough thing, too, is because, we want to be on the bleeding edge of technology. We want to be the first to have everything.
We're on the bleeding edge, all right, when it's in our stomach.
That comes with... the problem that comes with that, though, is the fact that, we're subject to... these issues and these bugs and stuff. Do you fill out surveys through the preview?
No. I joined the preview when you invited me.
Yeah.
And I went into the app they give you, the Xbox dashboard preview or whatever it is.
Right.
2 times.
Oh, okay.
I never go in it unless there's something that I heard of in the news that's being released that I want to read about.
All the stuff that I get invited to as far as games are concerned that you don't get the message for, that's why.
Why? Because I don't do surveys?
The Smite Alpha that I'm in?
I'm in it, too.
Okay, technicalities, dude. Technicalities, all right? But
family sharing doesn't count.
Whatever. They give me 2 digital licenses. I choose to do whatever I want with the second one, and it goes to you.
Exactly.
So, but either way, the Smite Alpha I got, you didn't.
Whatever.
You
you
still get to use it, but I'm saying if you participate in that, which, from what I understand, what's coming up in the summer, according to Phil Spencer, they're definitely going to need to have the user's voice through the preview update app, the survey app, which you can get to through the preview update app. But all of those surveys and stuff like that, they've got some pretty big updates coming out in the next couple, I wouldn't say the next couple months, but in the summer, according to him. So it'll be interesting to see what they've got. I really hope it's music in the background. You have no idea.
Dude, if we could have music playing in the background, my life would be absolutely complete.
I'm sick of having earbuds shoved up in my stereo, my Xbox stereo headsets. Having earbuds from my phone shoved up in there so that I can have music, or having to have another thing I do is I'll turn the volume up on the actual TV to an acceptable level, and then I'll play music through the sound bar. But the sound bar is where I want the video game, sound to come through. If I can, otherwise I'm losing out on the experience. I'm not getting that surround, you know what I mean? But either way, what am I going to do? I'm not going to sit there with a quarter of my screen taken up by Pandora, or by whatever else I decide to snap on the side. And it's cool if I'm trying to watch something. I get it, like I want to watch WrestleMania 31 and play WWE 2K15 at the same time.
Yeah.
So sue me.
Sure.
But
Whatever.
I will sit on the floor in front of the TV to make sure that I have a good view of both while I'm doing that. But I don't want to have music that I don't need to be looking at taking up that much screen.
Yeah, I don't like whenever I'm playing a game and I have to have Pandora or what the Xbox music thing that they have. I just use Pandora now, but I don't much care for having that snap because it does it for me.
Use Pandora on your phone.
I could, but then I have to wear the earbuds.
Right.
I can't.
You shove the earbuds in your ear.
Well, actually, I
put the
don't.
earbuds in first, and then put your headset on.
I don't have to. I just need a dubbing cable so I can run that from my phone to my my wireless receiver for my A50s.
You have the A50s now, right?
So I can plug it into my A50 receiver.
I've got a dubbing cable. I've got 50 cables.
Yeah, I know. I need them.
I mean, I must have made like 50 trips to Radio Shack this week.
And wasted all of your money.
I did not waste all of my money.
Well, most of it.
No.
Yes.
It was, luckily, the Radio Shack by my house is going out of business.
Just like all the other ones in the United States.
Apparently, it's a thing with Radio Shack that they're going out of business.
It's the new fad. Put your store up out of business and you'll make money.
I got some, deep discounts. I wouldn't say it was a 5-finger discount, but
that's a deep discount.
It was, it was some good discounts on some connectors that, out of all of this stuff, I think I spent like $30 there for a bunch of stuff. The only thing that I'm using
Yeah.
right now is the XLR cable coming out of my mic into the mixer.
Out of everything.
Out of everything.
Damn.
Yeah. And I got like, I think it was like 30% off everything.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I ended up going to a music store that's close to my house and getting the rest of the cables that I actually needed from there. So, but we're set up. We're running. We're looking good.
Thanks for the follow, Sniper.
Yeah, Sniper, thank you very much for the follow.
One of the things I think I'm personally hyped for, aside from what should we say? Aside from Elder Scrolls, is Star Wars Battlefront.
Oh, really?
And I'm kind of bummed because I was all hyped because there was a playtest coming up. And I was really, really excited thinking, okay, I can sign up online, maybe get an invite. Well, they're having a 3 to 4 hour playtest coming up, and they're looking for volunteers, EA is. They're looking for volunteers to go to their Vancouver and San Francisco offices to playtest Battlefront.
Like a QA type thing?
Nope. It's
what do you mean?
It's just they're going to go and play it, and any bugs that they come up with, they're going to report to the devs.
Right.
But
so like QA, quality assurance type thing.
Okay, that's what you meant. I thought you were talking about
usually they farm that sort of stuff out to companies.
I know. That's why I was excited.
I thought there was like a Canadian company that does, the testing sort of thing or whatever. I'm surprised that they're doing something like this.
I was excited when I heard of it thinking, "Oh my god, I'm going to get to play this game. I'm so freaking happy." And turns out it's going to be only for that amount of time in their offices, and it's on April 10th. So it's actually passed.
It's closed down. They got it closed down, huh?
Yeah, and everyone there had to sign a non-disclosure agreement, and no footage at all is going to be released.
Wow.
The only footage that will be released, they're going to release a teaser.
The ghetto camera phone.
Actually, not even a teaser. It's going to be a trailer.
The person who had the Periscope app that Twitter just released.
Someone who's
they were live streaming.
Who smuggled in a GoPro hidden in their jacket.
I don't think you could smuggle in a GoPro.
Probably
That's kind of big.
Whatever.
But you would have had to go to like a spy store and
he's get one of those little spy buttons.
He's the dude with the black horn-rimmed glasses that has just like these little
Google
jewels
Glass.
On the sides.
Just get Google Glass.
Eyes right here pointing at you.
Yeah.
Like those aren't cameras; those are jewels.
Yeah, they're actually going to be releasing the trailer for it on the 17th during Star Wars Celebration.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm looking forward to that. I'll be talking about that probably next week. So
I think that they're really actually going to have the game there for people to play.
Oh yeah,
at their booth.
That would be really cool.
I'm a big Star
Wars.
If
only
fan,
it was in Orlando.
So I think that's what I read.
But
don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that.
Where is Celebration this year? Is it in California?
It's in California.
That's probably if anything, that's probably why.
Last year was it in Orlando?
It was in Orlando, I believe.
It's been in Orlando
at Universal
a lot.
Studios, I think.
No,
or Disney.
It would be at the Orange County Convention Center.
I think
you don't think so.
It might have been at Disney World because I think that's when they were picked up by Disney.
Oh,
I don't know.
But it's irrelevant at this point.
Yeah,
it's ancient history.
It is. But I think that's why if they do play it there, it's because it's in California.
Mm-hmm.
So
that'll be cool.
Yeah, it will be cool.
But I would go to it if I could.
Yeah. Who knows? But maybe someone will drag somebody over and it'll plant the seeds for a new love for a game.
I just hope that they don't mess it up for us.
Yeah.
I've really been looking forward to this game. I've been keeping an eye on it. And
it'll be the next Battlefield.
When Disney bought it. When Disney bought the Star Wars franchise, it was like, oh my god, are they going to make Battlefront? Because they killed one game. I don't even remember what it was called. But they killed one game.
It wasn't. What was it? It wasn't. What's the MMO? Do you remember that?
No,
it wasn't that one. It was the
Old
one before
Republic. No, it wasn't. It wasn't Knights of the Old Republic.
No, I don't remember.
It was one that was in development, and it was an XBLA game for Xbox 360. It was going to be an XBLA game.
Okay.
Like a $15 game or something. But everybody was looking forward to it because it was going to be the first Star Wars game for a console in a long time. And then Disney bought everything, and they're like, all right, forget you guys. Lucas Interactive, you don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
So they just wiped everything out. So I'm surprised because I know Battlefront was just a thought at the time.
Yes.
And it was one of those things like, let's keep our fingers crossed and hope that we can get it and stuff. But
yeah, I remember playing Battlefront 2, I believe it was, on my PlayStation 2.
Battlefront 2, huh? You know, I've never played any Star Wars games on console except for The Force Unleashed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and
I
The
played
Force
that
Unleashed
too, but,
2, which I didn't really...
It was fun.
The graphics were better, but I didn't really get as into it as the first one.
I like the whole system with not Battlefront, with the Force Unleashed.
I'm excited for Battlefront.
I am too.
So you played Battlefront 2? How was that?
It was really
like,
fun.
Is it a first-person shooter, or is it like a third-person
At the
type
time,
thing,
I think it was a third person, if I'm not mistaken. It might not have been.
I wonder if they'll try and kick it old school and keep it kind of like the classic.
That'd be really cool.
I don't know. I've never played it.
If it's third person, it would be
You're not doing a good job of explaining it to me.
You suck, sir.
Hey, man. I asked you a direct question.
You know how long ago?
It was kind of good.
This was over 10 years. I'm 20. It was back when I was 10 or 11 that I was playing this. My memory wasn't fully developed. Hell, it's still not fully developed.
Yeah, I bet.
You suck. I guess I walked into that.
So you don't remember anything about the game?
Not really. I remember using a lightsaber and thinking it was bomb. But that's just me.
Was that before or after you actually watched the movies?
I think that was before.
Yeah, because we went and saw episode 1 in 3D.
Yeah, that was bomb.
And then and we were told that there would be more in 3D. And we're still waiting.
Yeah. Well,
we're getting a new one, so who's complaining? I'm not complaining.
It's the end of this year, I think.
I stopped complaining.
We'll be playing Battlefront whenever we're watching the movie.
You know, last week we talked about Goat Simulator.
Yeah.
And how it's coming to the Xbox One.
Uh-huh.
I don't feel like talking about Goat Simulator again because it was just a teaser trailer that I had showed.
Well, they need something.
In our Take Zero private stream that I don't think anybody who's watching right now really knows about. It was just a sound check, so it wasn't anything important. It was just kind of like, hey, let's make sure we got our flow going.
Yeah.
Type thing. But this week, there's a new simulator that was announced.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and I've actually got the video for it.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, I do.
Well, pull that thing up on this here screen, doohickey.
So this is the trailer for Farming Simulator 15 for the Xbox One.
3.
I am totally gonna play the crap out of this game. Have you ever seen a tractor running through Main Street before?
No. Have you ever seen a tractor run over a cow?
I will when I play the game.
We're gonna at least give it a shot.
I mean, look at. I mean, just think, dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
They're saying
before we go any further, did you just? There were so many large machines within just the first 20 seconds of that video.
I know. It's awesome.
Like, coming from the mindset of a GTA 5.
Yes.
Where they give you a tow truck, they give you a couple of planes here and there, maybe in multiplayer if you can like get a high enough level, which I will never get because I'm a dad. Like, I'm not going to get that high of a level.
That's just your own excuse.
But if this stuff is unlocked right off I'm not going to farm. There's not a chance in hell I'm going to farm with this stuff.
Well, they're saying that this game is almost, now, don't take my word for it. This is just how they're saying it. It's basically Destiny. As in
Destiny.
How the world is.
What are you talking about?
You can invite players to your world. No.
Oh, okay, well, then I don't care about the game anymore.
There might be a loot cave in the back of your combine.
There needs to be like a loot cave where I can sit out front of the cave with the tractor with the little spinny blades, and I just want cows to shoot out of the cave and nothing but blood to splatter on my windshield.
That would be awesome.
And then, maybe there's like a 30-second gap where I can go pick up all the beef.
Yeah.
That would be the loot. And then I go back in the tractor and just start spinning the blades again, and all the cows just come out of the cave and into the blades.
You know when this is coming out?
I don't know. Let's watch the rest of the video first.
It probably will tell us in the video.
Probably at the end.
From what I've seen, though, it seems, for the first time on PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah, there's no date.
It's, I got it.
That I see in the article, at least. Online multiplayer. We could wreck people with
That's
the
what
machines.
I want to talk about.
Oh, my gosh. May 19th.
Yes. May 19th.
Oh, man.
May 19th. You're going to have...
For not being German, I'm really into this simulator. Have you seen some of their simulators?
Yes.
Oh, they're crazy.
On the computer, I used to play different simulators. I had like the train simulator. I never had the farming simulator. I've always thought of it, but my computer, I don't really want to try it.
Yeah.
But I've had the train simulator and some others. I don't quite remember. But anyways, on the article I read about it, they were talking about how you could do online co-op, and what it does is just boost your productivity and the fact that there's over 140 different vehicles in this game. You can have all your friends in the game all in a different vehicle, all doing different things for your farm. I mean, assuming you have a farm, not saying that just because it's named Farming Simulator. But they have harvesting, they have husbandry for cows, sheep.
What? Oh, you mean like, okay.
Not. Wow. Wow.
It's not the first time it's happened to me. It's not, something that people typically call it.
Well, that's how it is in my article that I have in front of my face.
Husbandry with cows, my mind starts going. I just think dirty things. It's the way my mind goes sometimes.
That would be true to life.
It would not be a game I would play at that point. Rated M for don't play it.
Yeah. And they'll also have upgrades. And the new thing for the 15 simulator is wood cutting. You'll actually be able to chop down trees, which they actually had in the video.
So what do you use? But
there's
so you run your own farm. Let me just, we're gonna do a quick overview of this because I'm not understanding like. So you wake up in the morning in your farm.
Yes.
You have your farm wife who's got your farm
not a cow.
Fresh,
let's clarify
free-range eggs.
Yes.
With your
she makes you some eggs,
pork bacon.
Yes.
And your freshly milked cow
milk,
whole milk.
Yes.
All organic because you live on a farm. So you get filled up with that, and you get your health.
Yeah. You get like 5 hearts.
5 hearts.
And if you
we'll call it 5.
Well, never mind.
And you can increase your heart.
Yes. Rate
over time.
Yes.
Okay. And so you go out and you're like, all right, let's feed the chickens, let's feed the pigs, let's feed this, let's feed that. All right, let's go cut some wheat.
Yes. Harvest wheat, not cut.
So you know why this game is like right up my alley, right?
Because on Minecraft, that's all you do. I don't care what anything that I do on Minecraft looks like. If I have even a 2x2 square farm, next thing you know, I'm gone for an hour. I go to get food or something. I come back. My 2x2 square farm that I'm perfectly happy with is now a coefficient, this is a 1 square water feeding farm that is self-harvesting, and it's now not 2x2. It's now 156 by 300,
and it's got like gates all over
it, and torches everywhere, suspended.
You gotta make it pretty, like
everything.
Anytime I come on a server, any friend server, the first thing I take over is the farm. It's the only thing I'm good at.
Mm-hmm.
You like to mine. You're like, I'm gonna mine, and if I see a zombie, I'm not gonna get scared. And I'm like, man, I just got home from work. I don't want to be fighting zombies. I don't want to be fighting creepers. Like
bitches ain't got time for that.
I'm running. I don't want the stress of dealing with skeletons and their long range arrows and stuff. Like I just want to come home. I want to harvest some pumpkins, maybe.
Yeah.
Some melons. Get a couple seeds. Maybe replant them.
It's very soothing.
Expand my farm a little bit.
It's soothing.
Go cut some. I'll cut wood. I'll cut wood in Minecraft.
Yeah. It's soothing for you. That's what you're saying.
I think that Farming Simulator is a game that I could enjoy because it's not like that game that you like.
Yeah.
The one with the zombies in it.
Well, I mean, it's
what's it called?
Minecraft?
No, the real zombies, like the ones that you're like, oh my god, look at this.
Oh, okay, that one.
There.
The one that I get terrified in, but it's still fun.
I mean, if you're getting terrified in it, I don't want to play that.
Now, some people,
I don't want to come
laugh
home
at me
from work and feel like
I don't like talking about
I need to
people
fight for my
laugh at
life.
me. People laugh at me when I say I'm scared of Dying Light.
Of Dying Light?
Yeah.
I've never played it.
You shouldn't. If you don't like zombies at the end of your work day, you can farm on it. Would that make you play it?
Not if I have to defend it against zombies.
Well, no, that's the whole point. You have to gather your
seeds. If all I have to defend my farm against is locusts and pests,
yeah,
I'm doing...
Which don't even exist in Minecraft, man.
No, I'm talking farming simulator. I'm sure that there's like a whole like, oh, defend
probably.
your crops against the rabbit who's trying to steal your carrots.
Trying to steal your Let me get in my... Hold on, boys.
The mole is digging a hole to your cabbage.
Hold on, boys. Let me get in my combine. I got a rascal... I got a rascally wabbit.
Bonk. Bonk. Whack-a-mole. I practiced at Chuck E. Cheese my entire childhood with whack-a-mole for this moment.
Yeah, on Farming Simulator, your environment is going to be a Nordic environment, and you also will have a rebuilt like North America type of environment. So I'm assuming now, I've never played, so I don't know a whole lot about it, but from some of the machines that we've seen in the video.
Oh yeah.
It looks like you're given an area.
Some destruction will be had.
Yeah, it looks like you're given an area, and you actually have to, open up areas. Like,
I'm not a manager.
You have to cut down trees. You have to expand it.
Yeah, I'm not a manager.
It's like if they're asking overburden.
If they're saying, "Hey, here's a farm, here's some workers, here's a budget. Have fun managing your farm." Yeah, that's not me. That's not me. Like, if you want me to go cut some wheat, and then you're gonna give me a quest like, "Hey, go pull some cabbage,"
yeah,
I'm down. I'll do that all day.
Oh yeah.
But the second that you give me a budget and you try and tell me like, "Oh, you've got 3 employees under you now," dude, I just got home from work, and now you're putting me to work, and it's for nothing. Like, I'm not getting paid for this.
Yeah.
What benefit am I getting from running a successful farm on Farming Simulator? I'm not gonna get a job through it. And even if I did, I don't want to be a farmer. I'm happy with the job that I have.
Well, yeah, you don't like killing zombies.
No.
But killing zombies is the best part. When you're playing Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
I absolutely hate zombies mode in every Call of Duty.
I do too. But I know there's a few people out there that are watching right now that really enjoy it.
There are quite a few people who
I don't much care for it. But Activision released earlier this week their Black Ops 2 trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I think, is that it right there? No.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up.
That is?
Yeah, it's not their trailer per se.
It's their teaser.
Yeah, it's their announced trailer.
Okay.
So it's what they showed to kind of like say, "Hey, the game's coming."
Yeah, they aren't really ready to publish a whole lot of details on it yet. I don't really understand why, but they are going to be revealing more details about the game on the 26th of this month, so the 26th of April. So really all we get really right now is this video that is about to be played. It looks like they're going to have zombies in this game though, so for those of you who like
if they didn't have zombies, they'd be stupid because there are a lot of
they'd
people
lose
out
out
there
money.
who like zombies. I'm not one of them.
I'm not either.
But,
Your life will be consumed by absolute loss. He doesn't need his own weapon.
I don't think it really shows much.
Well,
I think it's just this, and then it forms at 3 or something like that, maybe.
Yeah, it probably does.
Our greatest barrier is our own fear.
I mean,
it's supposed to give you a little taste.
I guess. You're like, oh, what is it? What is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a soldier. Is it a new Battlefield? Is it Battlefield 5?
It's the guy from Black Ops who holds his guns like that.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's just a 1.
Nope.
Oh, no, wait, it's a 2.
Yep.
It's a 2.
Is it Black Ops 2?
Maybe.
No, it's Black Ops 3. Hey, thumbs up.
Oh, my God. Oh, wait, I can't. Give me a thumb.
Yeah, okay. So we'll come back with the world reveal after that date.
Yeah. So 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I don't know how many weeks. Certain amount of weeks from now.
Yeah. Dude, that was a clicking nightmare there. I misclicked.
Yeah, it's panic whenever you do that.
It
kind
happens.
of stuff.
Whatever. Well, it's not my fault that they put this stuff so close together like that. If they had like a 64-point font or something like that, I could deal with that.
Yeah, they you hear about The Witcher 3?
I've been hearing a lot about it, and I know it's a pretty anticipated game.
Launches May 9th.
I've actually played 0 of it before.
I have,
but I
haven't played any.
I'm excited about the hype that's around The Witcher 3.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I don't know if it would be my type of game or like what it's comparable to.
Yeah.
I guess
It's. I haven't played it. I want to play it, but the way I am with this, because it is a series, I kind of want to play the first one the second one, and then go into the third. But right now, The Witcher 3 devs, the speedrunners with the devs, they just did a speed run through the game, and it took them.
What? Why are they speed running it?
I have no idea, but they're doing a speed
The
run.
game's not even out yet.
I know they just did a speed run in the game, and they avoided all side missions, everything like that, just the core gameplay.
Right.
And it still took them 25 hours to complete it.
25 hours?
25 hours. Imagine
on a speed
it.
run?
Yeah, imagine it with all the stuff.
Imagine how long it would take me to finish that game.
It would take you 4 years. You'd be on your
finish
Xbox 5 doing it.
I'm still trying to finish the first Halo from the Master Chief Collection. I bought it on release.
You're still trying to get out of the prologue on Neverwinter.
No, we'll go over that in a minute. I made it out.
All right. Oh, here we go. To complete almost absolutely everything, it would take upwards 200 hours.
What?
200 hours.
How does it play?
It's a third person. I believe it's a third person.
So kind of like a Skyrim type deal.
It's almost
is
like
it
a Skyrim.
open world though, or is it like kind of on rails a little bit? Like, hey,
I want to say
really
from reading about it over the years, I want to say it's open world, but I'm not going to put my word on it. Because
I've never
it might
played
not
any
be.
of the previous ones to really know.
I've always been interested in buying
Maybe
it. Maybe
someone
Steam.
in chat knows. Maybe you can monitor that.
I think one of our friends have played it, but I'm not completely positive.
Okay. Well, if they say whatever, if not whatever.
Maybe in another dimension they've played it.
There is a game, however, that I'm personally excited for, and here's why.
Yeah.
I'll give you like a little lead into it before we actually watch
I'm ready.
the trailer for it. So I always go with my son to department stores. I'm not going to name any, but just
Home
whatever. No, not that's
a department.
That's a home improvement store.
No, it's a department store.
It is not like a Walmart or
well,
a
you
Target
just named them
or whatever. Whatever, dude. You win. Whatever. Anyways, I always go with my son there, and we always go to the video games section because that's like I want to get him into video games. On a side note, the more I do, the more I realize that it's going to be less video game time for me, so maybe I shouldn't, but regardless, another discussion. So I take him I figure the easiest way to get him into video games is through either Skylanders
yes,
or through Disney Infinity, because there's action figures that go along with the actual... Oh,
Roadhouse.
Yeah, my bad. The actual playing of the game.
Yes.
Well, now this week, he's big time into Legos. Obviously, Minecraft he's into.
Yeah.
Well, he's also into Legos for like the real world, I'm going to build something type thing. And now this week, there's a new game that was announced, and it's called Lego Dimensions. And it takes on the same concept of a Skylanders or a Disney Infinity, but for the Lego world. So this is the announced video that they gave. It's 2.5 minutes long. It's kind of long, but I found it pretty interesting. But I'm a Lego fan, so feel free to cut me off and tell me to stop if it runs a little bit too long or whatever. But,
all right.
But this is going to be it right here.
All right, stop.
Shut up. Give it a minute.
I've never really played any Lego games. I just don't think it sits right.
Doesn't that look like Joel McHale? I can't figure out if that's actually him or not.
Joe Michael?
No, Joel McHale.
Joel Michael.
No, Joel McHale.
I don't know who he is anyway.
The guy from Community.
Community?
Yeah, Community, that show that got canceled.
That's why I don't know who he is. It got canceled.
Look.
What is this? Stargate?
Dude, Batman, Gandalf, and then the chick from that Lego movie. That's Joel McHale, isn't it?
Hi.
I don't know. Maybe
Probably a
Batman.
Maybe it is. So
This is adorable.
yeah.
Okay, calm down. Hey, stop zapping me like a little wizard.
No effect whatsoever.
It's cold stuff.
Aw.
Yeah. The
Poor
battering.
Batman.
Somebody just got mugged.
That's a terrible
Why
pun.
don't we call a truce and you tell me what's going on? Perhaps that would
Yeah, Lethal Migraine says community still exists. It's just done by
here's the
Yahoo
deal.
now.
There's this real
Oh,
bad
okay.
dude,
Yeah.
wears
Okay.
a helmet. He's been tearing rifts between all the Lego worlds.
Wow. I only understood about half of that, but it sounds pretty bad.
And he's got our friends.
So we must return
And
to
he's
our
got our
quest
friends.
to save them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully the
That's
game
bomb.
comes with that portal because that would be badass. And also, I would love it if I could build the pieces that are in the game. That would be
Like, you mean
Even
literally
better.
in the game?
like
build
I need
it?
to build like some sort of structure and then place it on a platform, a Lego platform, and then
Thanks for your assistance,
that
lovely
is
child.
what goes into the game.
Like
Whatever I built,
Skylanders?
like it somehow scans it.
Like
no,
Sky-
Skylanders is pre-built action figures.
Yeah, but
look,
they...
look. So it's like
Bazooka.
it's just minifigs,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
in,
nice.
in the Lego lingo and stuff.
You know, it'd be fun.
So it looks cool. They didn't really say like how things are gonna happen or anything, but they kind of give hints based off of it.
Uh-huh.
So he swallows a batarang.
I think I just swallowed a batarang.
Yeah. Sorry, I killed it.
Lethal Migraine says that there's
But-
been a new
okay,
episode
okay, wait,
of
wait,
Community
wait.
every Tuesday on Yahoo.
So come back. Look.
What?
All right. So there's this platform here, right?
There, you get that. With
You see the platform, and then there's the minifigs
okay, I see
that
what
are
you
like
mean.
the Skylanders.
Wow, that's really cool.
So you get the portal, which is cool,
Uh-huh.
but I want to build that portal. I don't want it to
You
come
probably do
constructed.
have to build it. Like
I want to sit
main
there with my
parts.
son and be like, "Look, son, this is a video game, but we're gonna build this portal."
I
and
bet
now, and then I want, there's Disney Infinity 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
I want there to be a Lego Dimensions 2.0, and I want him or me, because really I want this game. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
It's a game I want. I want to be able to build the Lego pieces. I want to create, and then place it on the platform, and the platform can tell what I created and put it in the game. That would be
cool.
the best.
I think you can build that because you can see the little lines in between everything, all the blocks. I
Right.
think what would happen is that centerpiece in the middle where you would set the guys down on
Yes.
the platform, it probably comes wired and you run the wire out the back, but you have to build the platform.
You think?
I think so.
I
Now,
hope
that
so.
top piece you probably don't have to build. It probably comes as one piece. But you can tell on the bottom part that it's all something that you have to put together.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it showed Joel McHale putting it together in the beginning of the video.
Yeah.
So I am hoping that it's something that is true to life, and
More likely, if it was in the
You
video, it's
have to
going to
put it-
happen.
well, you never know.
Everything on the
I
internet
mean,
is
it
true.
doesn't come out till September, so a lot can change between now and September.
Yeah.
So either way, it's one of those things that I think will be really cool, and I definitely will be picking it up regardless of price
Mm-hmm.
and forcing it down the throat of my son. And
Yeah, like, I really
I'll be
can't
like, "All right,
pronounce
all right,
his
all
name.
right, son, it's time to go to sleep. Daddy's got to play some Legos now.
Yeah,
you know?
I can't
or
pronounce his
Lego,
name,
I'm
but
sorry, it's not plural. It's
I'm going to say LLL Killer in chat. He just said, it's
Uh-huh.
Legos. Why would they build it for you?
Well, that's what I'm
It
thinking.
wouldn't be Legos.
That's what I'm thinking. Why would they build it for me? Like that defeats the purpose. That's like Duplo, right?
Yeah.
That's like, isn't that like the knockoff Lego?
I think
no,
so.
No, that's Mega Bloks.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, Mega
but like
Block.
all the good stuff is Mega Bloks. Call of Duty. Well, not Call of Duty. You know
That
what
would
I
be-
mean.
That
Like
would have been
the
pretty bomb.
the more adult stuff.
Uh-huh.
World of Warcraft has all their sets on Mega Bloks.
Yeah,
Not to get off topic
Yeah.
here, but that seems to be the theme of the show.
yeah, it's awesome.
But so that was something cool that was coming up that I was interested in. You know, I went looking yesterday. I heard through the grapevine,
Oh, yeah?
through the Reddit grapevine, I should say, that
The grapevine that keeps
well,
giving.
there's a game on Xbox 360 that's really good. It's kind of, I guess you could call it like a tower defense game,
Uh-huh.
called Happy Wars.
Okay.
And it mysteriously appeared on the Xbox One store, the game store on there, and it was available for download, free to play, and people were downloading it and playing it. Well, apparently it was accidentally released. I guess some system glitch, like just, you know, hey, come download our game or whatever. It's not complete yet, but you can download it. So apparently the issue was
system glitch.
Yeah, well, the issue was that if you were to download it, what the heck, man? That's like the second. I'm trying to ignore it, but that one I couldn't ignore. Watch it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Right. I'm on a roll here. Let me go. So the game save for your Xbox 360 Happy Wars game save, if you downloaded the Xbox One version and played it and then saved to the cloud, I guess, or whatever, it would corrupt your save on the 360. Why anybody would go back to the 360 specifically to play Happy Wars when you already own an Xbox One is beyond me.
I did see that, but I didn't really read it. I just read the little headline for it.
I wanted to play. I went looking for it yesterday. I guess it was pulled off the store. I can't find it anymore. I went to go download it and play it and stuff, and I was like, I don't have a 360. I just got my Xbox One. What do I care?
Yeah.
I just want to play it early. That's me. I want to play it early. I want to experience it early. I want to get everything early. Like, give it to me early. Let me test it. I don't mind it. If it breaks, I'm not going to cry. Just give it to me. Let me play with it. I want to be able to say, I got it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but I didn't get it.
No.
And I'm a little upset. But it's one of those things, like, I guess people care about their saves on 360 still.
So, I mean, if you have something, eventually you can port over to the Xbox One. It might be kind of important to...
It's really going to be cool.
What?
And I don't think we talked about it last week during our show. That didn't happen, that nobody knows about.
That we just keep mentioning for no apparent reason.
is cross-platform play.
I don't think we did mention that.
No, we didn't. So, Fable Legends is going to be the first one that does it, where you can play on your Xbox One against people who are playing at the same time on their PC, and it's cross-platform. It's going to be the first cross-platform game for the Xbox One.
All right.
What I'm interested in seeing is, and this is probably going back to an earlier conversation we had, is how are they going to handle party communication between the PC and the Xbox One?
They used to have that one,
and how much of that actually has to do with the system, the system performance increases that are happening with DirectX 12 that you were talking about earlier in the show. Like they're going to be increasing the power of the GPU, the CPU, the this, that, the yada yada. Well, I mean, is it because they're gearing up for a cross-platform party system? That would be amazing. Okay. I would love to sit at my computer working, late or whatever, and be able to have a conversation with people who are playing on the Xbox One.
Not to go back to the last thing we just discussed. Happy
No,
Wars.
no, it's fine. Go ahead.
Lethal Migraine just said in chat that they downloaded Happy Wars, but they won't let you play it. It says it can't download an update that's needed to play.
Dude, it was the developer who said, "Hey guys, we accidentally released it, but system glitches. You're gonna corrupt your Xbox 360."
Yeah.
Why would they? Like, it's their fault.
Yeah.
You released it. Like, let us play it.
Own up to it at least, and then use it as like a constructive
maybe it's
thing.
not as ready as they wanted us to believe. Because the way they made it seem in their little, like, "Hey, sorry guys," announcement was it made it seem like, "Hey, it's ready to go. It's just not." I don't know what Xbox calls it, but that gold level, like all the approvals from Microsoft are had, and there's no bugs or exploits or whatever. So, I wonder how much of that, though, is actually their decision and how much of it is Microsoft's regulations and, like, saying, hey, you need to turn your servers off for Xbox One because we haven't fully, tested and vetted out your game yet. Like, we don't know what vulnerabilities could lie within the app, within the game.
Yeah.
You can't have your servers on right now.
And like we were talking about before we went back, you were talking about the cross-platform.
Right. Yeah.
The Microsoft, they used to have a program. I forget what it was. Oh, I think it was back when they had Live still, Microsoft Live or whatever it was, Windows Live. Games for Windows Live.
Yeah.
They had a program, and you were able to log into your Xbox account.
I don't think you were able to talk.
You weren't in party chat,
but you could message, right?
Oh, who's that?
Oh, it's Lethal Migraine.
Thanks for the follow, Lethal Migraine. They used to do it where you couldn't join party chat with your friends, but you could join party chat. Or not, I just private chat. It both starts with a P. You can't join party chat, but you can join party chat. But no, you could join private chat, because I remember doing that a while ago, back when I had this.
Yeah, I never played with. I think the only game I ever owned that was a game for Windows Live on the PC was their Flight Simulator.
Oh,
remember when we got into that really big?
That was really fun, though.
Yeah. It kind of was.
But
I was like all into being a traffic controller.
Yeah.
And I like joined all the groups, and I was like, I don't even know the lingo, to be honest. I didn't even give it that much thought.
Landing on runway.
I pretended like I knew what I was talking about.
And then LLL Killer just said in chat, kind of go back with what we were talking about with the cross-platform. If they don't bring something that allows us to join party, just get to it. Skype chat that bitch.
True.
You can do that.
Snap Skype on the one.
Now, I don't know if you can have multiple people in your Skype call.
There's no way in the age that we live in and the generation
but
we're
they
in
wouldn't do it.
that they wouldn't do it. Like, these systems are so powerful.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, today, like, if... okay, we're a little... I feel we're a little... what's the word? We're a little...
Slow?
No, I wouldn't say slow.
We're lagging behind?
No, we're spoiled.
Spoiled.
That's the word. We're a little spoiled.
Okay.
Like,
we're given everything nowadays.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And the fact that, there are some things that are missing from 360 still on the one.
Yeah.
It's kind of irking to us because you did it fine on the 360. Why can't you do it on the one?
Yeah.
Even though, the architecture or the architecture may be different, and I don't know the back end stuff. That's not me. I'm sure there's a reason why I still don't have background music, which it's like the third time I've complained about it tonight. But yeah, I want background music.
Yeah.
There are games like Neverwinter. When we go over our reviews here in a couple minutes, Neverwinter is the quietest game. The music sucks. I just want to turn it off.
I did turn it off actually on mine.
I think I turned mine off too. No, I turned it off. And then I didn't feel like snapping Pandora because I didn't want to lose the real estate on the screen, so I turned it back up. And now I listen to, like, a humming, I guess it would be. I mean, it's not even, like, really music in the game. It's the quietest game ever. I mean, there's sound effects and stuff, which is cool, but it would be perfect with background music. And another thing is, well, I'm not going to talk. I was going to say... another thing is why can't the games give us the ability to, kind of like give it a playlist of songs from our OneDrive?
That would be really cool. Or have an app in game.
If the system as a whole can't play music in the background, why can't the games build it in?
Yeah.
Games where it makes sense. Your NHL,
Grand Theft Auto.
NHLs,
you can
FIFAs,
do that on Grand Theft Auto on the
Maddens.
PC. At least Grand Theft Auto 4.
On the PC though, that's
I know,
not even,
but they could
even
implement the same thing.
Now you're talking you're talking Windows 10.
No. Whatever.
Because you'll have the
it's all OneDrive.
Regardless, the PC. I could do it without needing it in the game. Because it's the PC. Like, I can multitask on the PC. I can't quite multitask on the Xbox One. I can have two things up at the same time, but that's not multitasking as we know it from a PC age.
Have you ever played the Deus Ex series of games?
No.
Have you heard of it at least?
Yes.
I know one of our friends played it a lot and has beaten it. I've been wanting to play it. I think I downloaded Deus Ex 2, I want to say. I never did download the first one. But Wednesday this week, they did do a stream. Square Enix, I believe, is who it was who developed the game. Did a stream.
Which one?
Deus Ex Mankind Divided.
Is that a new one?
Yeah, it's the newest one that's coming out. There's no release date yet, but apparently the last game took place in 2027, I think? Because this one is set in 2029, which is 2 years after the Human Revolution, which... happened, I guess, in the last game. It has the same protagonist, whatever you want to say, Adam Jensen. There's no release date that has been set, but it is coming to the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. So we'll look on that and see when that's going to be released.
Not my cup of tea.
I haven't played
Not
it, so I
saying
can't really comment much on the gameplay.
And that's
I'd be interested in playing it.
Why it's not my cup of tea. I think that was a game that I was kind of looking into heavily. At the time, I was big into our gaming on Xbox One, and it was a heavily talked about game when it was really not this one, but the one before. I forget what it was called. But it was one that I had a lot of exposure to and wanted to try because there was so much hype behind it, but never really got a chance to play.
Yeah.
There's a couple games like that. BioShock Infinity.
Infinite? I didn't play Infinity. I played
Is it Infinity, though? Because
it's Infinite.
It doesn't end in a Y.
Infinite.
BioShock Infinite.
Yeah.
See, I'm not even saying it right. But I played it for the first couple stages. Like, I made it to that Cloud City.
Mm-hmm.
What is it called?
I have no idea.
Columbus City or something like that?
You played Infinite.
Did I?
You did.
Oh, I mean, I know I did. I think I made it to the Cloud City, whatever that's called. And then I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
It was one of those games, though, that was super hyped online.
I remember the release for it.
It just never caught my attention.
I seen the release for it. I was driving by the GameStop here in St. Pete, and I passed by the GameStop at that time. I think it was like 11:30. I don't know what I was doing out. And there was literally a line around the building. It circled around and was coming out the other side of the building for BioShock.
Jeez. For BioShock?
BioShock. Jeez. The worst I've ever been is at the corner of the building or just over on the other side of the corner.
Yeah, I've never been that far back before. I'm all digital this generation, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. I just pre-order digital. But when I was that guy in line, I never was that bad. I never had to go that far away. I was always, I think the worst one I was for Portal 2.
Mm-hmm. That was a fun game.
Portal 2. Was it Portal 2?
More likely.
Portal 2. Did it release on the same day as... No, it wasn't Portal 2. It was a game that released the same day as MKX for the 360.
MKX?
Yes, and I was there for whatever game this was. I completely forget. I'm drawing a blank on it. I was there for this other game that just I happened to hit luck because MKX was the midnight release for the night, and so I went and I competed in an MKX tournament that they were having at this GameStop. And after spending possibly 2 minutes playing the game, before getting my ass handed to me by my opponent, because I had no idea what I was doing, and apparently he had studied YouTube videos of all the pre-release moves and stuff like that, so he knew absolutely every move for this character he was playing, which was kind of like cheating.
Yeah.
But I'm not complaining because I had fun anyways. I ended up going back the next day and getting MKX.
Yeah.
Which is coming out now for the Xbox One.
Yep. Actually, this Tuesday.
I've been some people got it already. I've been watching streams on Twitch.
I've been watching streams and stuff too. Yeah.
I mean, it's cool. None of them know the fatalities, but it's cool. I mean, either that or they just don't bother hitting the fatalities, even though their title will be like, finish him, and it's like, you're not finishing anybody. You're just kicking them in the head after you get to the fatality part. Like, give me a break.
Yeah, we have actually two pieces of things from chat right now. JBean828 just said that the Lego game has 269 pieces, which is definitely enough to build.
Who is that again?
JBean828.
Okay.
Why? Is that funny?
I know who that is.
Okay. Almost seems obvious that you will.
I put the Lego pieces together to figure out who that was.
Okay. And then Lethal Migraine said for Happy Wars, he said the exact message is, quote, unable to download updates for Happy Wars at this time. The Happy Wars service may be partly unavailable. Please try again by restarting the game from the title screen, end quote.
Okay.
So that's all we got right now from chat.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
How about this?
What's up?
How about, we on this show, we try and make it a point. We try and make it a point to play a game. Not necessarily a new game. No. Not one that was released that week. Just a new game to us. We try to play the game, and we try to be objective with the game, and we try to review the game with clips. like a film we put together
Uh-huh.
in Upload Studio on the Xbox, and then we play it here, and then we'll talk about it.
Thanks for the follow, Barbor. 26.
Thank you very much. But we'll review it and we'll talk about it, and it's got to be a game though that we've never played before. So this game that we're reviewing this week is a free-to-play game.
Yeah.
We both did the same one because it's a big game, and there's different aspects to it, and we were able to review it. And
we both
not
enjoyed
really
two different type of parts of the game.
Right, exactly.
For the main, that's the main thing.
Exactly.
You're more
so
combat.
Our game this week is Neverwinter that we're going to be reviewing, and we've got 2 different reviews. I think you're doing more of like a PvE.
Yeah, more so PvE.
What class were you playing?
The class in the video is a Scourge Warlock.
Okay.
So that's who I'm going to be mostly talking about.
Okay.
I've had 2 other characters.
Okay.
But now this isn't the one I've gotten furthest in the game with.
Okay.
But it's the one that I've been having the time of my life on this game playing.
Okay, go.
It's been really fun.
So how many classes would you say you actually tried out of the game?
Let's see. I've tried the Great Weapon Fighter.
Okay.
I've tried Guardian Fighter, Scourge Warlock, Control Wizard, and Hunter Ranger.
So everything but the Trickster, Rogue, and the Cleric.
No, there's a lot more than that.
I
I don't know what else, but...
Nope.
Okay, maybe not. But regardless, those are what I've tried. Right now, the only
so.
characters I have is I have a Great Weapon Fighter, a Guardian Fighter, and a Scourge Warlock.
So where did that third character slot come from?
Well,
it's a free-to-play game, and you're spending money on it.
Yeah.
All right.
I was reading on the
if
the
you can't
Zen
make
market.
up your mind,
I was reading on the Zen market. And
it was like $4.99, right? It's not. Oh my god.
No, I was reading on the Zen market, and I seen, oh hey, you can get this box. We'll give you heirlooms to help you level until you're level 50, and you get a new box every 5 levels for only $20.
How much money have you spent on this game?
More than 60.
Oh my god, it's a
More than
free-to-play
80.
game.
Probably 100.
Oh my god, you're the reason why
They
this
make
game is
money.
is doing so well.
I know. It's the tyrannical lock boxes. That's the main thing.
I've gotten like 3 of those,
Yeah.
and they should call them the insane lock boxes because I go insane wanting to know what's inside.
Yeah.
And unfortunately,
they make money off of me because of
the
that.
emerald key or whatever they call it that
Yeah.
you need to unlock it with. It costs money.
Yeah, it costs
And it's like,
125
I could
Zen,
pay,
which is equivalent to $1.25.
I could pay $4.99 and get 500 Zen.
Yeah.
But then I know I've got 3 lock boxes sitting in there, and
you
they
only
make
get
it
4
an odd
keys.
number. So
Yeah. And see, that's my problem. That's where most of my money went. Now the heirloom pack, I got a character slot of a retrain token, a new companion, and then these items that is account wide. So it kind of was a really
mount?
good deal. No.
No.
But you make enough money to be able to buy at least your first mount.
When do you get a mount?
Level 20.
Okay,
Level
I'm not
20,
there
you
yet.
get your temporary mount.
Okay.
And then you can pay 5 gold to get your mount.
Well, let's do this. Let's watch your video.
Yes.
All right. And I'm not going to play any audio from it though.
All right.
I'll play the audio. I don't think there's any voiceover on it.
There's
is
no
there?
voiceover on it. I
All right.
recorded it, but I didn't merge it with the video
so I'll
for
play,
this reason.
I'll play the audio so that people get a feel for the sound effects and how they are overbearing over the music that is pretty much non-prevalent in the game whatsoever. So
well, I
don't
think I
even
have
bother.
the music turned down in my video.
Oh well, hey, you know what? It doesn't matter if you have it up to 100% or 0%.
YOLO.
It's terrible. So, anyways, all right. So we'll play it, and you just kind of give us an overview of what's going on because I'm sure a lot of things will be happening very fast. And
Yeah.
I'm not big into the PvE portion of it, so you'll have to kind of like walk me through it.
All right, so this is the first dungeon that you unlock. It's a level 16, I want to say, to 22 dungeon. It might be 24. And after you hit that level, after you hit 25, you can't go back to it. Anyways, it's called the Cloak Tower. I joined a random group, and I was just going here to show off some of the spells that the character has. Currently, I can't see the number. I think I'm level 19 in the video.
Yes, you are.
So anyways, the primary spell that I'm using is called Killing Flames. What that spell does is it does a nice amount of burst damage onto the enemy, and it has a chance when you use the spell to summon up a soul puppet It pretty much turns into like a minion if you've ever played World of Warcraft.
Oh, okay.
And it will follow you around for roughly 120 seconds. I think that's, what, 2 minutes?
Like an Infernal.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much. And it does a base amount of damage. Well, every time you use Killing Flames after that, it will stack an extra 20% of damage on top of it. It will buff its damage 20%, and it stacks 5 times. So you can double its damage just using that spell. And it lasts long enough to where you will
And
almost always
that's on
do
top
that.
of your companion, correct?
Yes, that's on top of my companion.
Okay.
And the companion I'm using right now is actually you got wrecked. Right? Is it got wrecked or get wrecked?
Mine's Git.
Well, I
We'll
think
get
that's
to that
got.
in a second.
But anyways, so yeah, it's on top of the companion. The companion I'm using is a mercenary. He does a lot of damage. It's like a trickster.
Oh,
And
okay.
that, at least I'm saying that because it's like he vanishes behind the enemies and will start attacking them.
Yeah. Trickster
But
rogue.
he does a lot of damage, and it's really, really nice to have.
Cool.
Then the class ability that I have, like for Hunter Rangers, I don't remember what it is. The Guardians, it's like a berserk kind of thing. You gain in size, you do damage. Well, for the Warlock, it's more of a class mechanic. It's a curse, and it does so much damage to an enemy, increases whatever. And I have some spells that will consume the curse and do damage based off the consumption. Some of the spells that the Scourge Warlocks have will give a bonus if there's a curse on it. Like, okay, you hit them with this,
Right.
it'll consume the curse. Like here, Infernal Vampiric Embrace. What it does, and this is what it says on the wiki, because I have to have it up to actually realize what the spells do. It says, rip the life essence from your target, dealing damage and converting 50% of that damage into hit points. So if you do that without a curse, that's all it does. If
So
you
is it-
have what?
Is the class mainly like damage over time?
It's a lot of burst damage more
Oh,
so
okay.
than damage over time.
Oh, okay, okay.
But anyways, if you hit a target that has a curse on it with Vampiric Embrace, what it does is it will consume the curse, and it will gain temporary hit points to your character, equal to half the amount of health that was stolen. So you'll get, therefore, more points in return. And there's a lot of different spells that are like that. There's things that will increase damage for your character, or increase damage that the spell does. And the one spell, I don't know when I'm going to use it next, but you can see the little bubble in the middle of the screen, the action points
Yeah,
bubble.
the daily.
Yeah, the daily that I'm using.
Okay.
It's where is it? The Flames of Felgethos. I think that's how you say it. And it's so cool.
Really?
It summons a skull. And here, watch. I'm probably going to use it in this fight. It summons a skull, and the skull does fire damage to enemies around you. Here, I'm going to use it. There you go. There's the skull right there.
Oh, okay, I see it
And
floating.
and it dumps it on top of the target that you cast it on. And
It's like coming
fire
out the
damage.
eyes and the mouth. and-
Yeah, it's
that's really
badass.
cool. It's like a
And what it does is it will hit the target on the ground that it's over.
right.
And then the fire, because it hits the ground, it spreads. Well,
Uh-huh.
it will spread to the enemies that are around them. And it does a lot of AoE damage along with a lot of physical damage to your target, your
Uh-huh.
primary target. And then the skull will hit the ground and it explodes in a fiery doom of death.
So this is
Awesome.
the first dungeon that you unlock
Yes.
in Neverwinter. How
Yes.
long does it take to actually complete?
For me, this was actually 4 clips that I recorded for this video.
Right.
I actually kept one out because I wanted you guys to actually see the boss fight if we talk about it long enough. So I think it was 5 minutes for every clip, so 20 minutes for me to do that.
Right.
So if you're in a good group, maybe 18. If you're in a slow group, which
So that's-
isn't bad, 25 minutes.
I compare everything to Destiny because I
Yes.
hate it, and I think that it's a time sink,
Yeah.
and I think it's ridiculous that it takes 45 minutes for a strike.
I think of this as WoW.
So this is like a half strike. I
Sure.
think I can handle this.
Think of it as being level 15 on World of Warcraft and running dead mines for the first time with no heirlooms.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's like doing that.
Oh, okay.
That's how I think of it. It's like for me
Do
going
they-
into a dungeon
now-
on WoW.
You have a pretty high level
Yes.
in this game.
level
And
30.
Have you gone much into the end game content that they have?
No, I've the highest level dungeon that I did was my very first dragon kill, which was really fun.
Right.
And then I did a daily boss called
Okay.
Charthraxis, I believe is his name.
Okay.
And it's a daily kill, and it's in, I think it's called like Never Death Graveyard. I think that's the zone. And it gives you, scalar rewards, stuff like that. And then it's also a heroic event.
So you haven't done like a raid or anything like that?
I'm not high enough of a level to do
Oh,
that.
okay.
That is in game. That's
But
at
you're-
level 60.
Oh, you're not 60 yet?
No.
What's your highest level?
38.
38?
Yes.
Well, that's not bad.
No, it's
higher
really
than me.
fun. Yeah, I know. But Charthraxis is more of like, if you could imagine, back you used to play WoW in vanilla.
Right.
You remember the bosses that they had in like Duskwood and
Sure.
the world bosses.
Oh yeah.
That's what Charthraxis is like.
Oh okay.
And you go on there and you can have a group of people, or you can just have people run into the zone. Because
Right,
when you're in that
right.
zone, his health bar will appear on the top of your screen with
Uh-huh.
all the debuffs, all that.
Oh, okay.
And you just start attacking him, and you get, I think, 16 or 18 minutes to kill him. If you don't kill him in that time, he just despawns, and you
So
waste a lot of time.
have you stuck mainly to like the PvE, or have you done any of the professions or anything like that?
I've done some of the professions. The professions are interesting, to say the least.
Okay. How does that work compared to like other games we might have played?
Like okay, I don't like using WoW as every example, but
Well, I
that's
mean,
the
it's-
only really
but
MMO I've
it's
played.
the baseline MMORPG that I think that most people have played. It's a pretty
Yeah.
popular game.
Yeah.
So comparing it to WoW is you're probably hitting the most audience
Yeah.
with it.
If you play WoW, you know how you have to go out, like, okay, for example, leatherworking. You have to get skinning or find a skinner,
Yes.
and you can get, like, scraps, or you can get real leather, and then you
Right.
make armor.
Yeah, yeah.
On here, it's almost the same concept, except all of your materials you get out of treasure chests,
Okay.
and from actually doing your professions, as in sending out. For mining, you would train up for your first thing, level 1 mining,
Right.
or level 0, mind you. Level 0 mining, you would train a smelter, and then you would get that smelter and send him out on a 10-minute profession mission that
Right.
will then return you 2 iron ore, or 2 pieces of wood, whatever it is, for whatever profession.
Right.
And you do that to gain your materials. And then you take those materials, and then there's a vendor in Protector's Enclave, the first city, the area there.
Right, yeah, yeah.
And the market area.
Is that the
And
main capital city, or are there others to follow?
I don't know, honestly. I haven't gotten that far.
Oh, okay.
But for me personally, I would say that's probably the only
Yeah, I don't
city.
see many level 60s running around there.
Yeah, we have a friend who's level 60.
Oh, we do?
Yeah,
Okay.
not a close friend, but a mutual friend. And it looks like it's
yeah.
really fun.
Well, I mean,
but
one day I hope to experience it.
yeah, it'll.
I
be-
can't even get my character to level 20, let alone level 60. So
Yeah, the profession. So then you go to the city and you have to buy different materials from a vendor, and that will kind of complete it.
I think
And then
that
you send the guys out on a
I
mission
like-
to do it.
I like the colors. There's a
Of the
lot of
game?
color. Yeah, there's like a lot of colors
Yeah.
going on, and it's very bright. Like
Yes.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
The lighting. That's what I'm thinking. Like the lighting of the spells and things like that. The way that it reflects off the walls
Yeah.
and the different environmental.
One of the other things that I
Elements.
just actually learned earlier this morning about the Warlock
Mm-hmm.
is you're going to want to say thank you. I don't want to really cut into this. Star Commando in chat just said that beard is so nice. And I'm going to say that to you because I know to me, I don't have a beard. I have more just like gamer fur. I'll call it that.
I put a lot. I put a lot of work and pride into my beard,
Yes.
so I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Anyway, so I just learned today that you see those 3 little blue orbs that are floating around me?
Yes.
I just learned, I don't remember the name of them, but it's actually a part of one of my spells. You know how you have right trigger? Left trigger is your primary, just regular old attack, and then right trigger is like a
They're like at will.
heavy attack. Yeah, they're at will.
I think they're called at will.
Yeah. Your right trigger at will attack is normally more powerful than your left,
Right.
right? No.
Left.
Other way, yes. Opposite way. Don't remember that. Your left trigger at will is more powerful.
Right.
And
Is your left trigger at will ranged?
Yes, yes
Okay.
it is. And what it does is it will consume however many of those I have out,
Uh-huh.
and based on how many it consumes, it will increase in damage.
Okay.
I didn't know
even
that.
I didn't even notice them because I play a mage in World of Warcraft, so I've always got icicles hanging over my head.
Well, I play a warlock on World of Warcraft, and I have the spheres too,
Yeah.
but those are actually used for my spells. But this, I always would hit left trigger and try to shoot this guy because every time I hit it, it would do 500 damage at like level 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And I'd freak out thinking, oh my god, let me just spam this.
Yeah.
So I hit it once, 500 damage. Whoa. And then
Yeah.
I hit it again, not realizing that's what it is, and it consumed all of them, and I hit for 20.
Oh wow.
And I'm sitting there going, no, do 500 again. Is it just a crit? What's going on here? And so today I read that. I was like, oh, shit. That's actually what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, how are the groups? Like, is this a pickup group? Or
this
is
is just a random group. I joined a queue, and this is actually just a random group. The good thing is the dungeons they have a few mechanics, and if you pick up on, it makes
it's an early dungeon, so I don't assume that there's many hard. It's probably just like, hey, if something's moving and you're standing on it, or I guess the red circle there.
Yeah.
Like if you're standing within this red circle, get out, and then that's like the only mechanic you have.
That's how it is, and like you can
see
that
circle.
X? What X? Oh, the X right there? Yeah. That's because we have a Guardian in our group, and he marked him with his special.
Okay.
The Guardian special marks a target, and it just increases threat.
So it's like a raid icon type.
Yeah, and deal. Then for me, that's my curse, the little skull above him right now.
Yeah.
And that's my curse. And then this is the last boss. When you're on the boss fights, there's normally ads that will come in. And it, like I say, it makes it easier if you kill the ads. The boss won't die as quick, but the fight in general will be easier.
Cool.
But it's such a low-level dungeon that a lot of people just ignore them and then clean them up afterwards.
Right, yeah.
But that's pretty much the first dungeon in the game, and it was really fun. I would run with that group again. I didn't really communicate with them, but
that you found a class that you enjoy.
Yeah.
And that you've got you're gonna actually probably play it more than you did for just
more likely,
review?
Yeah.
Good, because I enjoy the game.
Yeah.
And I find it's like I've been waiting for that game to replace me having to sit at my PC to play World of Warcraft. I wanted that MMO that kind of had that same feel, but on the console, and this is it. And it's free to play on top of that.
Yeah.
Like,
not to
set.
change really quick. I'm just going to say I'm going to read up an article on ESO because you know how that's coming in June.
Sure.
June 9th. I just read an article that I actually sent to one of our friends today who said they felt like something was missing from the game when they originally played it. And I haven't kept up on the updates. I just read this article and it kind of touched base on everything. And it looks like it's going to be amazing. And I bring that up because this is a great MMO to play right now. I love it. But when ESO is on live, don't expect to see me on Neverwinter much. I'm going to have all of my time on ESO.
Well, I'm going to give it a chance. I'll say that.
I would say give it a chance. If you've played it on PC, I don't know if you have.
I'm hoping that the console version is a little bit more polished than the PC version was on release.
It is. I'll read up this article while you do your review, and I'll see if I can give you some stuff.
Sure. And we'll talk about it after. I got some news on that, too, that I came across, so we can talk about it then. So we'll just go into my review while you read on that. My review was not so much mine was more PvP related, but really just a class review on the Trickster Rogue. I'm a big Rogue fan. I felt that would be the best class for PvP, which was what I was interested in doing.
You know what? I was really surprised when you said your name was Get Wrecked. I was really surprised you didn't name him Alaven and make it like a wood elf.
Yeah, well, no.
I'm just saying. I was really, really surprised by that.
I know.
Everybody I talked to thought that's what it was going to be.
I know.
And then you just took us back with that name. You literally wrecked us.
Yeah, well, it was, I was in the Neverwinter beta.
Yes.
And I didn't want to be a wood elf. I didn't want to be a wood elf. I typically will make an elf, regardless of what type of elf it is. And then I'll make a rogue. I'll make it a rogue class, and then I'll call it a Laven.
Yes.
And that's like my MO. I'm going to start off
That's what you're
doing
known
that.
as. If anyone sees a character, and it's especially an elf running around, and it might have a stealth ability, I don't care what game you're on, if its name is Alaven, it's this dude right here.
Yep. Yep. But, whatever. I decided it was beta. My character was going to get wiped anyway, so I was like, I'm going to try out. I don't think I was a Trickster Rogue, but I was a halfling that time, so the name didn't fit. It kind of feels like an elf name, and so I went ahead and I picked Get Wrecked, and it worked, and I didn't expect it to work, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. And now some of the names I see, I can't even repeat because they're just so horrible and terrible, and but I didn't know about that at the time. I don't think I would have made one anyways. I think I like the name that I got. So anyways, so my review is on the Trickster Rogue class within Neverwinter, and I am only right now level 12-ish, somewhere around there, maybe 15-ish. Actually, I think I'm past 15. I think I'm like 16 or something now.
It's a lot better than 2.
Yes. Well, that's what I was, I think, last week was 2. But now this week, I've actually made it to 16. I played a lot of PvP actually this morning. A lot of fun. So this is pretty much, it's not a review kind of, I'll just explain it as we go through because it's hard to just explain off the top of my head. So this is my review, built-in upload studio with my Kinect, the amazing production abilities of the Kinect, and my creative genius. So we're going to go ahead and roll this.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right, so this is my character, Get Wrecked. When I took, I guess he's level 12. He's got the beard. He's got the hair.
Looks just like you.
He's got the look, man. I'm telling you.
He's a little slimmer, though.
You know he's just going to be an amazing rogue. So this was my first experience. This was like in the prologue still. I'm like, why the hell is this guy not accepting this quest?
Yeah.
Why? I keep going to, I keep submitting the quest. He's not taking it. Like, what the hell? And then I'm like, whoa. Did that say please place arrows in the barrel? Hold on. Oh shit! The barrels have little star thingies around them. They're twinkling.
Trail thing on it.
I was like, at this point, I'm like, face palm. So this is actually like one of the first bosses that I went against, and I really got a chance to use all of my special abilities.
Yeah.
I can't tell you off the top of my head what their names are or anything like that because I'm not that experienced with them. But one of them blind. The other one is and these are like the first abilities you get, so you don't really have a chance to make a choice. This is me running through the Protector's Enclave and the market and stuff, just showing off the little market and stuff. I always like doing that. But one of them's like you teleport behind either an enemy if you're targeting an enemy or an ally if you're targeting an ally. And then there's a daily too that we'll get to.
Baby, shake it.
But yeah, so this is actually in some random tavern. These dudes were like hooting and hollering, and I'm like, what are they hooting and hollering at? Oh, there's a stripper up there.
Everyone's having fun except for.
So I was like, I'm gonna dance.
Everyone's having fun except for Get Wrecked again.
I'm dancing. Look at me.
No, I said again.
Oh well, yeah, he doesn't know how to dance yet. I have to send him to training for that apparently.
Can you rush it?
So this is domination PvP.
Yeah,
you actually
this
get
is
a
the
quest
very
for
first
this.
one.
Yes, I queued up for it at level 12, and it boosts you up to the top level for that bracket. So
that's
I'm actually boosted to level 19 right now.
All right.
Even though I still keep the armor that I had when I went in.
So do your stats get boosted up too?
I
would assume they would.
I didn't go into. I was having too much fun. I mean, dude, the rogue in this game in PvP is just amazing.
Yeah.
It is so much fun. I can sit there and stun lock people just with the spells and abilities that they give me off the bat. And just wreck them.
Yes.
The only weird thing though that I found, and you'll see it like when I get a kill, it is when you get a kill, they kind of like glow green, and you have to deliver a death blow, like a kill blow.
Yes.
And that's what gives you the kill.
Mm-hmm.
I can sit there and I can just go to town on a guy, slashing him up with my daggers and stuff. And he can die. Hey.
Thanks for the follow, Jobin.
Jobin?
Yeah, Jobin.
One of the two. So this guy, I'm going head to head with, and he just starts like, I'm going to range you. And I'm like, yeah, I've got you at half health. I'll sit here all day and throw daggers at you. I'm not moving, Like, I'm not getting closer to you. I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
And so finally I was like, all right, this is taking too long. Let me just teleport up here and kill him. But you'll see that there's this green glow, and you have to deliver that death blow. If somebody else delivers that death blow, you get an assist.
You don't get the kill, even though you do all the work.
I couldn't tell if I was getting the kill or not.
I did notice that earlier. There was a dwarf and you attacking somebody, and then you're just sitting there still attacking, thinking you could kill him, and the dwarf just comes over and stomps on his face.
Yeah. So this is actually you can call for help or respawn now, and it'll respawn you at your camp where the fireplace is and stuff.
Yeah.
So I rated a 9 out of 10 because I had a lot of fun in PvP. But if PvP isn't your thing, you're not going to want to rate it a 9 out of 10. I didn't try PvE. The PvE that I did try, I was very overpowered in. I had no issues with killing things with my companion, which my companion is you.
Yeah.
A warlock.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I had no issues with my companion killing things. Even when I sent him on training at one point, still had no issues with him. I can disarm traps, which is pretty cool. so I can see they have that twinkle little star thing going on the traps and stuff, so I can disarm them. I don't know if that's a thing with me.
Yeah.
But I don't know I don't know if there's like, I don't think I need a thievery kit or something. I think they have thievery.
You don't.
Kits?
If you're a trickster, you shouldn't need one to unlock it.
Oh, okay.
We actually have a couple of questions here in chat.
Sure, yeah.
The first one, I'm just going to go down the list.
Okay.
I think there's only 2.
Okay.
The first one is from Don't Reject Swiftdoor. He goes, "How do you guys feel about Black Ops 3? I know we just talked about that, but
that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy it's coming out. I'll play it. I'll buy it. I always buy the Call of Duty games. I just played, what is it? Advanced Warfare, I think, is the newest one.
I didn't care for Advanced Warfare. I got Titanfall.
Yeah.
When it came out. And I played Titanfall, and then Advanced Warfare came out, and I felt like it was a ripoff.
But
it wasn't. It didn't have the speed. It felt kind of clunky in the way that it did things. It was trying to copy Titanfall, but like change it up, and the way they changed it just I think messed the mechanics up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Black Ops.
Yeah.
I need to wait until I think next week. When was it that I said? I think it was April 26th. So a couple weeks from now, if you tune in, we'll probably have more information on it, and we'll touch base on that. But I think it will probably end up being like every other Call of Duty. It'll be great.
Yeah,
a lot of people.
It'll be
enjoy
3
it.
weeks from now that we have it.
And
so
then
it'll be on the on the show 3 weeks from now on May 2nd.
Although I do not like zombies, but that is also a personal opinion of everybody.
But the thing is that, you know, out of all of the Call of Duty games, like, I get all of the Call of Duty games too. I'll be the first one to be like, I hate Call of Duty.
Yeah, and we'll also be some of the first to buy it.
Exactly.
We might even go to the midnight release for it.
Well, I actually am not that person.
Oh, okay.
You will be the person who goes, and then I see all my friends on Call of Duty, and I'm like, I guess I gotta buy it.
Yeah.
I guess I gotta buy it.
Unless I buy it digitally.
But I will say that the Black Ops series are my most played games.
Yeah.
They're the games that I've played the most out of all of them. But, you know, Modern Warfare, it ranks up there. But I don't know, there's just something about the Black Ops series that it just keeps bringing me back. And I'm excited about Black Ops 3. That's one of the Call of Duties that I'm actually excited about. Advanced Warfare 2? Not so much. I don't think I'll do that one. I'll pass.
And then the other question we have here in chat is from Jobin1998, the guy who just followed us. He said, so here's a question. How did you come to Xbox, and why do you like it? Also, I'm new here, so if it's been asked, you don't have to answer. Oh, I guess I didn't have to read that last part. Anyways, erase that last part. Anyways, so yeah, how did you come to Xbox? I'll answer after you do.
Okay. So I am I've already explained this, but I'll explain it again because I think that I'm sure I'll be explaining it a lot, but I'm actually a gamer dad. So I have a family. I play video games in my living room. I see the Xbox One as my entertainment center. I have my cable box going through it. I have Netflix on it. I have Hulu on it. I have, you know, I watch wrestling, so I've got the WWE app through it. Everything that I do and everything that I have a subscription for, it goes through the Xbox One. So for me, it was simple. It was, I can eliminate, you know, the Roku that used to be in my living room. I can eliminate a lot of things that I used to watch on my PC. You know, I don't have to watch it on my PC anymore. I can watch it in the comfort of my living room. Plus, on top of that, I've got a 3-year-old and I've got a 7-month-old. So if I have my hands full, which is a lot of times,
almost all the time,
you know, I can send out voice commands to the Kinect and say, you know, Xbox turn off. And it'll turn off for me. I can turn it on. I can change the channel. I can mute it if I need to hear something. I can unmute it. I can turn it up if they're being loud in the other room. All of these things I can do without needing to find the remote because, you know, my son hid the remote.
Yeah.
Or, you know, I don't need to turn on the controller in order to control it and stuff. So for me, it was more of a convenience thing, and it was minimizing the amount of devices that I have in my living room. Because 9 times out of 10, the more devices I have, the more visibility it has to my 3-year-old, and the more blinking lights he wants to go up and touch. So I can limit him from touching the Xbox One, and he even knows now, like, don't touch that light on the front of it. Like, it'll turn off, and he knows that that'll turn off the TV.
And
so
then Daddy will get mad.
Well, no, I don't get mad. He's the one who's watching TV 9 times out of 10, and he knows that hey, Dora's going to turn off if I push this button. I better not push that button anymore. So that's the reason why I got it. It was more of a convenience thing and everything that it had to offer. I looked at the PS4, and I'm a gamer at heart, so I appreciated their whole gamers first type attitude and mentality and how they were doing that. But I kind of gave it some time. I wasn't a launch day Xbox One person. I was still kind of leaning PS4.
Yes.
But the more that they announced for the Xbox One and the more updates that came out for it and the more functionality that came out for it, it was like, man, this is a no-brainer. Like, I have to go Xbox One.
Yeah. And me, it really stemmed from back in the day. You used to have the OG Xbox.
Yes, I did.
And I remember playing Halo on there. I think Halo 2.
With the Ethernet cable
yes.
from the old cable modem running across the house and
through
plugging
the entire
into the
house.
Back of the Xbox to play Halo 2.
I remember you sitting in your room while you're playing Halo 2 on there's that one map you like. I don't ever
Coagulation.
That map, yes.
Coagulation.
I remember sitting there and you're always playing it, and I finally was like, can I play? You're like, yeah, sure. Yep. You give me the controller, and then you put the headset on my head, and I'm like, oh crap, I got to talk to these people. And the moment I open my mouth, oh man, it's like how we are now with little kids. Yeah. And it was a lot of fun though, given I had some bad mouthing that happened, but it was really fun, and that kind of got me into the whole video games, along with like Guitar Hero, all that stuff back then, and it. Also, having to play with the PC and all that, it kind of just brought the whole gaming thing to fruition for me. And then playing on the Xbox when you had it, it just really made me want to play more consoles. So then I went out, I got a PlayStation 2. Played on a PlayStation 2 for a while, and that was my console for quite a while. And ended up being where I played San Andreas on it and all that. Got the PlayStation 3 when it came out, and asked after our friend Bradley, who's in chat. He had an Xbox 360, and I think it was right after Call of Duty 4 was released.
Okay.
I went over to his house. He's like, man, I got this new game. You need to
was
come
that
over
World
here and
at
play
War?
this. No, World at War was its own.
That was its own thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so he had Call of Duty 4. He's like, man, you got to come over to my house, and you need to play this. It's really fun. We'll split screen it. Oh, okay. So I get over there, I play it, and I think I stayed there for like 2 hours, 3 hours playing that, and I went home. The first thing I told my mom is, man, I really want an Xbox 360 for Christmas. Come on, can I get one? And sure as hell, come Christmas time, I had a 360. I was so happy I had 360, had the games I asked for, and then some. So I was really happy, and it was a good relationship with Microsoft from that point. And then I hit a little speed bump, and the speed bump was I was working out of town. I had my credit card linked to my account, and it got hacked, and someone spent about $150 on my card.
Like FIFA points, right?
Microsoft points.
Oh, they were just Microsoft? They weren't like the FIFA little...
No.
Oh, okay, I've heard that.
And they bought that many points, whatever that was worth at the time. And so I called up Microsoft. They refunded me the money. They were really, they were really, really nice. And they said, well, here, let's ban your account because you're not home. You can't use it. I said, that's fine. We'll just give us a call when you get home. We'll unban it. We'll do a security check. We'll change your password. The normal stuff they do. And I ended up, long story short, they ended up banning my account. I got it reactivated, and it wouldn't allow me to log in onto the website. And that was what I wanted. I wanted to be able to log in on the website.
Right.
So they ended up taking my account from me again for another 3 months. They did give me Xbox Live Time for a different account, but it never worked again. I got really pissed, so I traded it in and got a PlayStation 4.
Good choice.
Yeah. And so then I had the PlayStation 4 for quite a while, and
I guess the bigger question would be, for people who are watching that maybe have a PS4 and they're in the market trying to figure out, is the Xbox One something that I should invest in? Should I trade in my PS4 and get the Xbox One? What was it that made you take that turn from, I've got a PS4, it's a perfect piece of gaming machinery for this generation, and I'm going to pretty much shelve it. It's in your closet
It's in my closet.
Collecting dust.
Yes.
And you went out and you purchased an Xbox One, and now that's what you game on every day.
Well, the easiest thing for me to say is if you're in the market or you're thinking about getting an Xbox One is give your phone number to this dude. He'll talk your ear off about it until you do get it. That was one of the major things, honestly. But besides that, I mean, I had a few friends on the PlayStation. I'm one of those people where I'll play video games alone, but I would strongly prefer it if I could play with other people, friends.
Right.
So when no one's online, I would just watch Netflix or charge my phone.
This is on the PS4.
Yes, this is on the PS4.
So you had friends on the PS4,
yeah,
but
had
not
a
on
few.
the Xbox One?
No, I have a
you just
lot
had
more
me.
friends. Yes, I have a lot more friends on the Xbox One than I do the PlayStation 4.
Now?
Well, now and before.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so on the PlayStation 4, it was all cool. Everything was cool, but then I started looking online, more about the Xbox One and seeing they had a whole lot more, available between the apps and all the games that were coming out and all that. And I ended up just saying, you know what, screw it. I'll get a Xbox One. I won't trade in my PlayStation 4 in case I, ever want to play an exclusive, not to make it that's the only reason, but...
What exclusive are you looking forward to?
For what?
For the PS4. Why are you holding on to it?
I don't know. I just got to wait until something cool comes out.
I mean...
It's just like the PlayStation 3. I still have my PlayStation 3.
What about... All right, E3 is right around the corner. So if they don't announce any exclusives at E3 that you're just like...
Oh my god,
I have to play that. Like, this is why I kept my PS4. Are you going to trade it in? Are you going to sell it? Like, are you just going to hold on to it still and wait for next year? Because you're not going to get anything that wasn't announced at E3 between now and then.
I really can't answer, mainly because I still have my PlayStation 3. Only reason I kept it is for Skyrim, but here shortly I'm not going to need it.
I sold it.
I know.
How many times have you went back to your PlayStation 3 and played Skyrim?
I haven't. None.
So you're a pack rat. You don't like getting rid of things that you have sentimental value.
If you go into my closet, I have a lot of boxes.
Oh, I bet.
But that's really it.
I don't want to go in your closet.
It's like Lethal Migraine. He just said, he goes, I was waiting for a good exclusive for the entire life of PS3. None ever came along.
Well, I would say that. I did have a PS3, and I did have an Xbox 360.
Yes,
I
you
did
did.
both. The PS3, I loved the Little Big Planet series. However, I did play Little Big Planet 3 on the PS3, and I was upset with how much it had changed from the platformer it originally was to the one that they made it into, and I was hanging on to hope for getting the PS4 specifically for Little Big Planet 4.
Yes.
And when I saw the reveal at E3 for the new Little Big Planet, I knew they made it worse than 3, and that was the only thing that was holding on. Like, that's the one game that I've completed that my wife has completed.
Yes.
She's a big platforming fan, and I can't get her to play video games at all.
I know.
Like, dude,
she was just playing Mario earlier.
She's
She'll
the only
love
one
playing it.
She won't let me play it.
Really?
Yeah, I'm stuck playing Zelda because she's got Super Mario Brothers, new Super Mario Brothers 2 on that 3DS, like on lockdown. I want to play Pokemon, but I'm scared it doesn't have multiple saves. I don't want to play Animal Crossing.
Oh, Animal Crossing's a shit.
I want to play Pokemon.
Yeah, I got Pokemon.
I've never played a Pokemon before.
None?
No.
Not even like Game Boy Color or anything?
No.
Dude,
no.
I still have...
I had the original Game Boy. And we're getting off topic here because
We
we're
are.
an Xbox One
We
show.
are.
But they don't have any handhelds other than phones. But
Yeah.
I had the original Game Boy, but I didn't have anything past that.
I still have in my dresser the original Game
I'm
Boy
sure.
Color. And I have blue version and yellow version Pokemon.
That's something that Xbox
which I stole from a
needs
friend
to-
a long time
or
ago.
Microsoft needs to invest in. I know they're big into like mobile gaming, and that's probably like the new frontier. But sometimes it's nice to have something handheld that isn't a phone.
Yes.
Or doesn't have some other function. Like, it is solely a dedicated gaming. I guess
Make an
tablet,
Xbox quarter.
like a tablet could pass as that, but the way that they're doing the tablets now with the Surface Pro 3 and stuff like that, they're still a computer.
Just make an Xbox quarter.
Xbox quarter
Yeah, instead of Xbox One.
instead of Xbox. Yeah, we'll call it Xbox quarter.
Yeah, and it'll only be the quarter size
And then
of an Xbox.
and you can continue your games from the Xbox on the Xbox quarter.
Yeah.
What I really hope for one day for let's do this, and we'll close it out with this because it's getting late. But what is the one feature like wishful thinking type thing. It doesn't need to actually be within the realm of possibility, but what is the one thing that you would love to see before the end of the generation the Xbox One have the capability of doing?
Besides the obvious music in the background?
We know that that's coming at one point with, in the future. Like it's already been hinted at that it's coming, but I'm talking like there's probably no possibility it could ever happen, but this is what I want to happen.
I don't know, really.
VR doesn't count.
Good point. Well, they're developing VR, I think.
But I'm talking something that they haven't like announced or anything. Anything that you can think of off the top of your head? I've got something.
You might have something.
You want me to say it and then you can play off of it?
Windows 10 is going to have streaming for the games.
Yes.
Now, I don't know.
To the PC.
Yes.
But not from the PC to the Xbox, which would be cool.
It would be cool, but yeah, you go first. I'd have to think.
I want to see, and I think that the Kinect has a lot of potential.
Yes.
More so than just the voice commands that everybody loves it for. I would like to see... And maybe this is something that was announced and I just missed it. But I would like to see a Minority Report style of control where you're like this, and you're throwing stuff everywhere. So like I can take an app, since everything is going to be like they're going to be cross-platform and stuff like that. So I can have Word on my Xbox One, but also have Word on my PC and stuff like that. So maybe I can open up Word on my Xbox One and kind of throw it across the living room to where my computer is, and it kind of just like shoots onto Windows 10 and stuff. Like I want to be able to throw stuff across the living room.
Yeah.
Or like if I have a Windows Phone, which I don't, but if I did, maybe it's it knows where it is in my room, and I can just be like from the Xbox One on the TV.
Yeah,
shoot it over
that would
to my
be really
phone.
cool. That would be really cool.
Yeah, or I mean, even maybe they could use Smart Glass kind of like that, because they got Smart Glass for Android and iOS, and they've got Word on the iOS. So maybe I could just be like, "Wow, sha."
I seen something online now. I don't know what it was for, but it was like it was hologram. It was actually a hologram, and it would be cool if they could. If it's being developed or anything like that, it'd be cool if
that would be really cool
if it could be made for like the Xbox or released with compatibility for the Xbox for some games.
There was this game before you were born, like you wouldn't remember this. There's no way in hell. It was a Western game, like a Wild West game. Maybe someone in chat is old enough to remember this, but they used to have it at like Chuck E. Cheese and places like that, and it was this table type game, and it was like a Western but with holograms.
Yeah,
it was a hologram game. So the whole game was like hologram, that you look at this table and these things are like walking, and it was the first time I'd ever seen a hologram, probably the last time I'd ever seen a hologram. But it was really cool, and it's like the one thing that I remember that, and it was always staged next to the bowling game with the little rack, the metal rack that kind of like goes down and then swoops like that, and you've got to like go and knock over the stuff. But I never understood how it worked, so I'm just trying to just chuck the bowling ball down there because I'm like 6 or 7 or something, and I just want tickets just so I can get my little eraser or whatever it was that I was going to get at the end of the day.
Yeah, Lethal Migraine said he wants Xbox One to completely fulfill their console announcement vision. That family share that they were talking about before the Internet Whiners made them reverse it.
Yes.
I didn't hear about that.
Oh, man. Oh, it was amazing. So pretty much what they said, the major gripe was the fact that you would have to be online and talking to home every 24 hours in order to be able to play your games. So that was the major gripe. But what this would allow would be like a family sharing plan, but I think the way that it pretty much boiled down was you buy a game digitally, and you get 10 licenses. Whatever you do with those 10 licenses is up to you.
Oh, wow.
They just have to talk home every 24 hours so that they can confirm that, the game is legit and stuff like that or whatever.
Okay.
I think that that's kind of like a high level summary of what it was, but I know the major gripe was the fact that we gotta be always on, and now there's DRM, and we're talking to home, and this is like at the time where DRM was a big issue because everything like SimCity had come out with always online DRM BS, and everything was like it was just like a major shitstorm, and then that's when the E3 happened and PS4 pretty much like ruled the day with their like, we won't require you to be online for our games.
Yeah, and
they just took everything that Microsoft, everybody was complaining about on the internet, and said we won't make you do that. So,
180 one day said the hologram game I think you were talking about was called Time Traveler.
Time Traveler, that's exactly what it was called. Yes, I wish I could find a video of that. Oh man, let's check YouTube and see if there's anything on.
All right.
You gotta see this game, man. I can't believe I remembered it, to be honest with you.
You didn't remember it. You just remembered the type of game.
Time Traveler hologram. Oh, there it is.
Is that?
How can I show you? Maybe this one. This is from like 5 years. It's a laser disc.
Okay.
It's a laser disc arcade game. Look at this. Watch. Here.
Wait, what is
let me stage it
on?
up. So
it's on.
No, it's an actual arcade game that you would play at like
Chuck E. Cheese or something.
Yeah, like Chuck E. Cheese or something like that. Whatever. So check this out. So this is the Time Traveler. Sega made it.
Yeah.
And it literally like pops up. I mean, at the time it was cool. Like I'd never seen anything like that.
That's still pretty cool.
It's like you could like put your hand through it and stuff. And yeah, man. So it was like a Western style game type thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, I never had the attention span to actually pay attention to what was going on in the storyline and stuff like that, but I just would. They would have a demo always rolling on the on the game and stuff like that, and I would watch it, and it was just so cool. Like, I don't think look at that. Like he's standing up on the platform.
Yeah.
And it's like all hologram. It's the coolest thing ever. I mean, at the time, this was like in the 90s, maybe, like early 90s. Late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
And I mean, you played as I think the cowboy, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But you go throughout different periods of time. The Western guy is what I always remembered.
Yeah.
Yeah, there he is. See, now he's shooting a caveman. The caveman died. The cave woman died now. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's nothing more than that. So
yeah.
But yeah, it's really, really cool.
Yeah.
And that was like. It's like one of the staple arcade games from my childhood. Like that's what I remember. I guess my adolescence would be Time Crisis 2, which I think that would be a big one for you. With the pedal and you have the gun that actually clicks when you shoot it. Like
I used to play that at the arcades at the old Econo Lodges.
Yes.
Back whenever I was traveling around, that was always a fun thing.
Yeah.
So I think next week one of the first things I want to touch on is the Elder Scrolls because I don't think we have enough time to really touch on it right now.
Let's end at 12:30. Let's try and shoot for 12:30.
All right, what do we have?
It's 12:20. We have 10 minutes. I really want to talk about it this week.
Yeah,
I think next week it'll be old news.
Yeah. So the Elder Scrolls is going to be released June 9th, I believe it is. And a lot of people were saying that they always felt there was something missing or there wasn't. I don't want to say enough, but there wasn't enough to it. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people didn't really care for just, questing, doing raids and professions. So one of the things that they're doing is they're adding champion points, and it's almost like Borderlands Badass Ranks. You've never played it.
No.
It's more so you hit a level, and then you get a point, and this point will be... Okay, well, no, you've never played...
I've never played... It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
People in this stream have probably played it.
Anyways, championship points, it's an alternate advancement that looks like Skyrim's skill system, but instead of opening new skills, you build a lot out of your passives to make your character stronger overall.
Everything that they're announcing that is going to be on the PC, I mean, are they saying that when it's released for console, it's going to be a complete, exact replica of what's on the PC?
It should be what is on the PC.
Okay.
And then one of the things that they're doing is the championship points. The mage constellation will focus mainly on offensive bonuses, whereas the thief would focus more on reduction of cost for magicka and stamina using abilities. And
I think I'd be a thief.
Yeah, and the
an elf thief
named Elaven. And then the warrior focuses on your defensive bonuses. And they say you can earn a couple of championship points, but it takes a little bit of time, a little bit of a time investment to get it. But anyways, one of the things is they're going to allow players who hit 50 to start getting those. So you have to hit 50 first. But when you hit 50, it's no longer, okay, we either raid or PvP or do professions.
Right.
Now, I don't want to say they're adding in jobs, but it's more like... what was it? Oh, Arcade. You remember how you could choose?
Yeah.
You could make your own path. You could be a thief
we were
or a bounty
awesome
hunter
in
or
that
whatever.
game. Holy smokes.
No, you were just always drunk and
Yes,
causing
I
trouble.
was. Oh man, I was terrible.
But anyways, so they are adding in new armor dies, new guild stores, all this. Anyways, so what they're doing is right now you can be a thief and you can go and you could kill anything, or you could steal and hold on to it and sell it in the store, and it puts a bounty on your head. And right now it's adding in like a justice system to where guards will catch you and chase you and all this, and you have to flee through tunnels, stuff like that. And they're later on they're going to be adding in like options to become like bounty hunters, and they'll give you like a tabard that you wear, and you wear that tabard and it will allow you to track them down and see who's wanted, stuff like that. And
that's
then
cool.
You'll be able to, it's almost like an open world PvP kind of thing, I would believe at that point. And that's one of the major things, and one of the things they're going to be bringing. But they what else is there? Yeah, you can kill NPCs. You might get caught by guards, but if you don't, you'll get a bounty on your head. One of the other things that there is let me read.
I thought you read this during my review. What happened?
No, I pulled it up, and then I was busy talking to you about everything and looking at holograms.
You want to see something cool?
What is it?
Did you get this email?
What? That? No, you forwarded that to me.
Yeah.
I need to go there and do that.
Yeah, you need to check. If you have a PC account for Elder Scrolls Online, you should be able to get the digital Imperial Edition version for the Xbox One for $20, and it comes with an account copy.
Nice.
It's the only time that they're going to be giving an account copy away from PC to console.
Yeah.
So if you have a character, you might want to go to the Elder Scrolls Online store and double check that you have that available to you. So $20 is a lot better than $60 for the game, and it's only for a limited time. I think it's for the next 30 days. Well, actually, I got the email a couple days ago, so it's going to be less than that at this point. It's probably going to be around, I don't know, whatever, less than 30.
Yeah.
25 days. I don't know.
Lethal, the Elder Scrolls Online is actually free to play now. You do have to buy it. Obviously, it's going to be $60.
Yeah, so it'll be $60.
But it is free to play. It's no longer a month-to-month subscription.
Right.
But anyway, so what they're doing is with the quality of life improvements that they have new armor dies, more guild stores, crafting daily quest, and they're doing better clarifications on quests that are solo only, where if you're in a group with me and, oh, there's this quest, but we can't zone into the same area, well, now I'll actually tell you this is a solo only quest. So you aren't, oh, crap, I can't do this with my friend. This sucks. You're not blindsided by it. And a lot of people are still trying to get a unified auction house where it's, all in one.
Right.
But the way it is right now is it's all guild stores that are set up on roadside stands or in cities, and there's trade guilds and stuff that will run them most of the time. And it's all ran by different guilds, and the guild will be who makes the money from it. And so that's one of the other things.
So it's got a commerce system, kind of like Arcade.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
with trade routes and stuff like that too?
No, I don't believe it's like that.
Okay.
Although that would have been pretty cool.
Yeah, well, not everybody can be Arcade.
With the whole thieving thing that's coming up.
Yeah.
And they still have the Thieves Guild, Dark Brotherhood quest, but they're saying that this whole thief thing and bounty hunting thing will sooner or later will tie into those two quest lines for whatever you decide to pick.
Cool.
And so
you're excited about this game, huh?
I am really excited about this game. So pretty much the guy who did the review for this, he was saying he went back a year later. He played it at launch, and he said it was worse than the Final Fantasy launch, their MMO. And
the PC version launch, right?
Yes. And he said it was more of a train wreck than that.
I played the Final Fantasy 14 PC release. It took me 2 weeks to finally play the game after I had pre-ordered it and was there every day from release. It literally took them 2 weeks to get the game working.
Yeah.
So if it's worse than that, then man, I am glad that I wasn't a part of it. I actually waited. I
pre-ordered it and I was on there.
You were trying to get me on it a lot sooner than I actually got on it, and then I did get on it, and then everybody quit. And now I've got the game, and it's like, hey, at least I'm getting it on the console for $20. Yeah. I'll play it more on the console. It's a little bit easier for me to get some FaceTime on the console when I'm relaxing on my couch rather than sitting in my office where I more than likely spent the previous 10 hours of my day working. So I like to get out of here every once in a while.
Yeah.
But
so he was saying that this, for coming back a year later versus what it was, it's one of the few games that coming back a year later has completely improved upon what its initial experience was supposed to be.
Well, that's
and
good.
It's improved further upon that.
That's good.
Yeah.
At least they're learning from their mistakes.
Hell yeah. A lot of if EA could do that, that'd be pretty nice.
I like Hardline.
Well, yeah. Hardline's cool.
Yeah.
There's some games that they're just really slow with updating. A lot of people get aggravated
like what?
about that. Battlefield 4 back in the day.
Well, yeah.
Although I think now it's pretty much padded out.
Battlefield 4, I feel like they were rushed with.
They might have been.
I feel like they rushed Battlefield 4 because they were in the the race for whatever.
Yeah.
For the holiday season, I'm guessing at the time. But I think Hardline. I liked Hardline during the beta. I was in the beta for that. I think we played that at the same time everybody was over here, and we were having fun that one day. But I played in the beta, had a lot of fun in the beta, and now in the release, I mean, it was great in the beta, let alone in the release. Like, that's how... I feel like the beta, though, was more of like a marketing.
Just to make you want to play
it was just a full game demo. Like, let's call it a beta so we don't have to call it a demo, you know?
Yeah.
Because I would be more apt to play a beta than I would a demo.
Yeah.
So, but that's just me. I want to feel like I'm playing it first, even though it's available to like everyone on Xbox